Hey everybody, welcome back to the Loadout. Sean, how are you?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Doing good. Having a good time doing this with you.
Yeah, so far we've got to talk to a lot of great people, and I think we have some more great people today. So
We have
try and keep it
somebody
going.
today who I cannot believe we have.
I'm kind of shocked, I'll be honest.
The sad part about this interview is it shows you that there really must not be anything going on with work.
Right, you're 100% right. I mean, he's on this show with us.
Yes.
Nothing's going on.
Ladies and gentlemen, everybody knows this guy across all aspects of production, the great Garry Hood.
Yes.
Hey, Gary.
Gents, how are you? You're looking good there.
We're trying. We're having some fun, you know. We
Yeah.
both
I'm
have.
going to teach you some good posture, though, Johnny.
Yeah. Well, it's this damn couch. You know?
Sorry. Oh, you want a different couch already?
Can I get a new couch? So how are you? Where are you? You're in Los Angeles?
We're good, thank you. Yeah, we're here in LA, just hunkered down like everyone else, and trying to make the best of it. Hopping in and off Zoom calls all day long. So yeah, doing great. Hope the same for you guys.
We're doing it.
Yeah, we're out here in lovely North Hollywood.
Yes.
Making magic.
94 degrees.
Yep. So, Gary, obviously you're doing well, and our questions are always this: what show were you on, or shows, I would say, were you on when you got the news that you guys weren't going to be working anymore, and what are you looking to come back to?
Well, we at the time I was on World of Dance, and we were shooting that at Universal, and so we collapsed our schedule. We got rid of the audience. We actually did a finale without an audience, which was quite interesting. So I guess folks will see that show later in the summer. It starts airing, I believe, on Memorial Day, end of the month. And then I was going into American Idol, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the normal run of things coming up through the spring and into the summer. Some of my corporate business too. We had a couple of those things too. So yeah, they were all there, looking pretty, looking nice, and bye. All went away.
Yep.
Wow. And then what do you think you're going to come back to? Have you got any updates on any shows, or is anybody telling you something different? Or
yeah, I mean, it depends. Right now we're still booked to do BET Awards, which is at the end of June. They've got several scenarios. We've been talking about what they want to do there. So there's several scenarios there. And then I still have booked a 4th of July show in Washington that we do every year on the West Lawn of Capitol. So that's still there for now. And then beyond that, most everything else has gone away until the fall. There's a lot of conversations of things. But we'll just have to, like everyone, just have to all wait and see. I mean, usually, Johnny, you probably don't know this, but I go to Sean. He tells me what's
Yeah. I do, but I don't make it look like that,
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, and especially all the different people we've had on, and everybody's perspective is kind of the same. No one really knows what's going to happen here. We were hoping some guidance from you.
Well, I was fortunate. I've been appointed I'm on this committee to get back to work in Hollywood through the director skills, and we've been meeting 2 weeks now, I guess. We're close to having our document ready that we're presenting to the rest of the industry as far as procedures of how we do go back to work. So that's been a really interesting process. That committee is headed by Steven Soderbergh, and of course he directed Contagion. So he has a lot of knowledge about all these kind of things.
Oh, okay.
So it's really been I've learned a lot. I didn't know I'd know so much about medical after this. So there's some real serious things that we're talking about as far as protecting everyone. We want everyone to come back to work, but we want you also to feel confident that you're in a safe environment. And that's not just us, but that's the cast also. So there's a lot of things that have to be done. I honestly believe a certain point of production in our world, what we call non-dramatic, will be changed. There are going to be things that are done differently. We may not have 24 cameras. We only had 12 cameras. The creative side of things I think are going to slow down a bit until all the safety catches up with what we need. Meaning, like say on our show where you have multiple set changes, which you guys are familiar with, we probably won't have those. We would just go back and make a presentation of whatever that show would be it an award show, be it a competition show, a reality show. All those things are going to simplify over the short term. There may be even a lot more pre-tapes going forward. There's been a lot of discussion about if you pre-tape things, you have a much more control over your environment to protect everybody, and it also lessens the amount of crew that's there available. So those things may happen. We've been talking about things as far as schedules are going to have to expand because we're not going to be as efficient. I mean, you guys know we do things in 3 days that most operations don't do in a month.
Yeah.
We're
crazy.
very good at, right? I mean, we're very good at what we do. So I think from that, you're going to see where, number one, like I said, the more pre-tapes, but I just think the shows are just going to shrink down a little bit until they catch up, like I said, with all the safety. We're just not going to have as much of that creative process and all those things that we've had before. So time will tell, obviously, and I know there are some things already sneaking back in. We've heard in our meetings, we hear of certain productions starting to gear back up. Of course, the news programs continued, the talk shows have continued. American Idol, which I was on, has continued. It's all done from everyone's homes and stuff. Matter of fact, I just got off the phone with Eileen just before you guys called, so we're just talking about the future there. So, yeah, it's going to be a different world we go back to, I think, in the interim until we see what really the pandemic's doing to us. So.
Yeah, it's definitely, that's what Johnny and I were talking about. Like if you're a Steadicam guy or a handheld guy or how they're going to get mic'd, all the things that we normally do on live shows, people don't realize, 16 acts and, in one show and a crazy amount of people flying in and out. And, I agree with you. I don't think it's going to be that way for a while.
Yeah, I mean, we got to create these paths, and we've got to create these zones where people can work and people cannot go into, and things like that. So I think in the next few days you'll start to see. There's been a lot of documents put out. BBC, Bechtel, New Zealand, Australia, the UK has a whole series of things. I got a thing this morning from Africa. And somewhere else. So there's a lot of productions looking at what we need to do. And of course, we're trying to implement what's best for us here in this country.
Right.
So, hopefully in the next few days, a lot of those things will be looked at and shared with, more of the industry. And, we're all anxious to get back to work,
Yeah.
I mean, I love my wife, but I miss Johnny Lord.
I miss you.
So, our one last thing for you, Garry.
Sean, I didn't mean that.
Yeah, no, I don't take it's you. I'm not sensitive.
You much.
So, have you taken up cooking or anything like that, or any hobbies, or you just sit here and do Zoom calls all day?
Been doing a lot of wine.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, no, we cook. We've been cooking every meal. We've only been out twice in 8 weeks.
Oh, okay.
And since I'm a member of the 65 and older club, I can go to the shopping at 7 a.m.
Oh, perfect.
So, we run down to Sprouts. We've been to Sprouts once and Gelson's once.
Okay. I mean, we had Easter on here, Garry, and Easter said that he's been shredding paper for 6 weeks. That's what he's been doing
In his garage.
in his garage.
One sheet at a time.
I don't know. I don't know if he was chewing it up or I don't know what he was doing, but that so far has been the most boring thing I've ever heard on quarantine.
That just confirms that Easter doesn't have a life.
Yes.
Easter.
Yep. All right, Garry. Well, thank you very much for coming on and stay safe and
Thank you
and
for
we'll see
doing
you real
everything
soon.
you're doing with the health procedures to help us all get back to work. It is.
Yeah,
it's needed.
Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of us. So yeah, hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. Well, I look forward to the finale show.
Okay.
Hey, Garry, one good thing about this is I don't think we're going to be too bummed about having 500 people show up backstage when an artist is about to go on a show, because that won't be happening anymore.
I can tell you 3 areas that are going to change: the set itself, visitors to the set, and catering.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely. Yeah, that's not going to be it's going to be interesting when we all get back.
Got to find the positives with all the negatives, and we will.
Yeah.
Yep.
John Zakuro is your problem. So good luck.
All right, Garry. Well, thank you for coming by and coming
Thank
on
you.
the show.
Yeah, man.
Thanks so much. Good luck to everybody.
My
Tell the
pleasure, guys.
family we said hi.
All right. See you,
I
Gary.
will. Well, stay healthy.
All right. You too.
Stay-
Well, everybody, you see how legitimate this show is? We just got the guy.
Yeah, we had Garry Hood on the show.
How many years and how many humongous events has that guy done?
Tons of them. I mean, Dancing with Stars, I did with Gary for many years, and Masked Singer. He does everything. I mean, every show you ever do, there's Garry Hood. So it's great to see him. He's healthy and safe and staying quarantined. And there's another guy we're looking forward to when we get back to work to see.
That's right. That'll be good. Well, Sean, thanks. Good seeing you.
You too. See you, Johnny.